everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, as you can see, we're in a different setup. We're in my living room. I want to give you guys a little bit of variety, so that is why the background looks a little different. And for today, I'm going to be bringing you guys this colorful textured eyeshadow look. I've been seeing a bunch of looks like this on Instagram and I'm just so obsessed, especially for the summer. I think it's really nice to incorporate some glitters, some colors into your shadows. This video is in partnership with CVS, so all of the items that I did use to create this look are super affordable and can be found in the CVS beauty aisles. The CVS Beauty Club is such an amazing program because it allows you to earn extra bucks for every purchase that you make. Usually it is $3 extra bucks on every $30 you spend on qualifying beauty purchases, and let's just say I've gotten a lot of use out of my extra bucks, so I really recommend you guys sign up if you haven't already. The link again will be in the description box down below. And without further ado, let's get right into this colorful textured eyeshadow look. So to start off, I already have a prepped off base, so foundation and concealer. And I also went ahead and did my eyebrows. I'm going for a more textured brow. I really love the look of feathery textured brows for this look. I'm going to take the Rimmel Scandaleyes Brow and Liner Kajal in number 4 and just pack that onto a small fluffy shading brush. And whatever's left, I'm going to dot on the back of my hand. I don't want to have too much product. And then I'm just going to lightly build that on the inner corner of the eye to create almost like a watercolor effect. And the purpose of this is to just start building that inner corner color. The creaminess of this eyeliner really does also help to adhere your eyeshadow later on. Next up, I'm taking the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer, and it is a colorless eyeshadow primer that is said to be resistant to water, which is perfect, especially during the summer when it's really hot and muggy outside. So I'm just going to blend it out to the outer corner of my eyes as well as the lower lash line. I also love the fact that once this primer dries, it has a tacky texture, which is perfect for eyeshadow. What better eyeshadow palette to use for this summery textured eye look than the Maybelline Lemonade Craze eyeshadow palette? So I'm going to take the shade Berry Ice, which is this beautiful muted pink color, and lay it over the eyeliner that we placed on the inner corner just to soften everything up and blend it out a little bit more. To start building on that orangey peach hue, I'm going to grab the shade Coral Punch from the Lemonade Craze palette and build it on the outer V of the eye. I usually tend to place my shadows in an elongated kind of cat eye shape, but for this eyeshadow look, I want to create a soft halo effect around the eye, so I'm going to keep it a little bit more rounded on the edges. Now with a smaller, more detailed brush, I'm picking up the shade Ice Pop and really concentrating it on the center part of my crease. And that's really what you want to do with eye looks like these, because making something more three-dimensional really adds to the effect. Now, if you know me, you know I love my Scandaleyes eyeliners, so I'm taking the shade number 5, which is this beautiful nude color, and I'm going to pack it on the inner corner of the eye. So my plan is to pack on a yellow shadow, and using a cream before this will really help build that pigmentation and allow the shadow to stick. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, yellow is typically a harder color to work with, but I find that doing this really helps me out. Now we're going to pick up the star of the show in this palette, which is Lemonade Craze, and I'm going to pack it, not swipe it, on the inner corner of the eye. And packing it on is super important because it allows for less fallout and more pigmentation. And if you do get a little fallout, it's totally fine. Just wipe it off with a fluffy powder brush. I think the beauty of this look is really how blown out you make the colors to be, so really take your time with the blending portion. Using the Hypnotic Lights Holographic Eye Topper from Milani in the shade number 2, Luminous Light, I'm going to build almost like a spotlight effect on the center of the lid. And this is really the part where you start to see this textured eyeshadow look come to life. And the trick here is to really alternate between different forms of eyeshadow, from liquid to powder, from shimmers to mattes, to really build the effect that we want. But just keep in mind, when you're laying liquid over powder, you want to tap and not rub, as to not disturb the powder shadow underneath. And as you can tell, I was already super happy with how the eyeshadow was coming out. I think tying the look is super important, so I'm going to take the shade Coral Punch to blend out the outer V once again and lightly dust it on the lower lash line. To introduce more color to this look, I'm going to bring one of my favorite palettes, the CoverGirl True Naked Days palette. It is my favorite rainbow palette and it has so many fun shimmery colors. So I'm going to take this gold color and lightly lay it over the yellow shade just to make it pop a little bit more. Next, with this orange shade, I'm going to try something a little bit different and spray it with my matte setting spray from NYX. Honestly, any setting spray that will make it a little bit more wet, almost like a liquid shadow, will work. And I'm going to stamp it on the outer V. And I love using the fingers for this because it does give it more of a deconstructed look and it packs on the shadow beautifully. Rimmel honestly needs to win an award for their amazing eyeliners because I am totally obsessed with their eyeliners, especially this Wonder Ombre Holographic Effect eyeliner. This one is in the shade number 2 Galactic Green and it has 2 eyeliners, one that is a little bit of a darker teal color, and I'm going to tightline my top lash line with it. And I'm also going to lightly apply it on the outer part of my lower lash line. I'm not going to tightline with it. I want to keep this look very open. And to create the ombre effect, I'm going to use the lighter part of the eyeliner. I want to add a little bit more purple to this look, so I'm going to take this light violet color to the lower lash line, and it's going to help kind of smudge out that eyeliner as well as deepen the look a little bit more. And we can't forget the pop of blue, so I'm going to take this beautiful sky blue color from the True Naked Dazed palette and lightly just tap it on the very, very outer corner of the lash line just to make this eye look pop a little bit more. Going back in with my favorite eyeliner, the nude Scandaleyes from Rimmel, I'm going to line the lower lash line just to brighten everything up a little bit more. Next, we're going to go back to our Lemonade Craze palette and pick up the shade Main Squeeze, which is this beautiful diamond effect eyeshadow topper into the inner corner. For lashes, I want to create more of a wispy eyelash extension effect. My favorite mascara to do that is the Telescopic mascara from L'Oreal. It really creates definition and separates each lash, which is so awesome. It's one of my all-time favorite mascaras, definitely top 5. Next up, I'm going to take the Ardell Soft Touch individual lashes. These come with short, medium, and long individual lashes, and I've been loving them so much. And so to apply them, I just dot a small pea-sized amount of lash glue on the back of my hand. I'm going to pick up the short individual lash from the set and lightly just dot a little bit on the end of the lash. Once the lash glue has had a little bit of time to dry and gotten a little bit tacky, I will take the individual lash with a tweezer and place it next to my real lashes and blend it in as best as I can. I like to really take my time here and almost pretend like I'm actually giving myself eyelash extensions because they really add a nice wispy effect to your natural lashes. And I like to keep it pretty natural, especially with bold, colorful eye looks like this. And because I do have more of an almond shape to my eyes, I usually like to take the medium-sized lashes and concentrate them on the outer parts. Using the flat end of my tweezers, I will go in and make sure that everything is well blended. A bright and smooth under eye is an important part of any colorful look like this, which gives me an excuse to go in with one of my favorite concealers of the moment, the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. And the technique I like to use to avoid any cakiness and making it look as natural as possible is applying it onto a concealer brush before I apply it on my face. It allows it to look a little bit more airbrushed, and I have more flexibility with where I apply the product. And I also like to do a technique that I call reverse shaping your eyeshadow, which is basically using concealer to clean up the edges of your eyeshadow. And in this case, I'm going to make it a little bit more rounded and blend it on the outer V. And lastly, we're going to go in with some more Coral Punch, but this time I'm going to use it as a blush. And I find that this is a really nice technique when you're trying to tie in a colorful eye look to the rest of your face. You don't want to use a color that is too far off of the color scheme on your eyes. And you also want to keep it more effortless and natural on the face, so this Coral Punch color is perfect for blush. And this is the completed eye look, you guys. I really hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. If you guys would like more tutorials like this, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to go ahead and keep up with me on my future adventures here on YouTube, then don't forget to subscribe. Thank you once again to CVS for partnering with me on this video. I had so much fun recreating this look with affordable products from the CVS beauty aisle. Again, if you guys want to shop any of the items that I use, they will be linked in the description box down below, as well as a link to sign up for the CVS Beauty Club Rewards membership. It is a free program with so many perks and you guys do not want to miss out. So go ahead and click the link down below to sign up. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you on my next video. Bye!